Hi, my name is Brittany. I'm a psychic medium and healer, so I'm going to do a spread on the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine for May 26, 2025. The first card I get for Divine Feminine is the Nine of Swords. So I feel as though the Divine Feminine is releasing a lot of trapped emotions that kept her in a timeline she doesn't want to be on. And I feel as though as she releases those emotions, she starts to get clarity about how she is still not choosing herself. And I do see the Divine Feminine is not really surprised by this realization, as she suspected for quite some time that it could be the case. So I feel as though the Divine Feminine is going within right now, and because she's going within, she's starting to see what else is keeping her from trusting love. With the King of Swords, I am seeing that the Divine Feminine is clearing anxiety at the moment, and I do think it's because of the Divine wants her to surrender to the journey. I am seeing that as the Divine Feminine surrenders more and more, she understands that the Divine is guiding her. So even though she doesn't quite understand what's going on, the Divine Feminine is trusting the process unconditionally. She isn't going to jump to, what if it doesn't go my way? The Divine Feminine is starting to embody that everything is happening for her, not to her. With the Two of Wands, I feel as that the Divine Feminine is also clearing sexual trauma right now. And as she clears that trauma, the Divine Feminine starts to pull back her energy from the good girl persona. She no longer wants to be good, well behaved. She wants to be wild and free. And I feel as though the Divine Feminine ends up getting in touch with her inner wildness, she starts to see where she needs to be more outspoken, be more in her truth. And she's no longer willing to compromise on that. She is trusting that her liberation is here, and she will make sure that that does happen. And that's what I get for Divine Feminine. So this is what I get for Divine Masculine. The first card I'm getting for Divine Masculine is the Nine of Swords. With the Nine of Swords, I feel it's that the Divine Masculine is also dealing with some anxiety. He hasn't been sleeping much over the past couple of days. And this is because of the new moon in Gemini that is today. As the Divine Masculine starts to see just how much he wasn't, being his authentic self, he breaks free of those cycles. But I do see a lot of Divine Masculines are struggling with guilt and shame about choosing themselves. And I feel as though the Divine is like telling the Divine Masculine not to feel sorry or apologetic for choosing himself. With the Five of Wands, I feel as though the Divine Masculine is also releasing a lot of pent-up energy toward himself. And I feel as though as he releases those blockages that tell him that he cannot choose himself, the Divine Masculine is taking his power back. As he becomes more empowered, he starts to see just how much his reality is aligned with his false self. And Divine Masculine is carrying out he's really trusting that he will be able to break free. He's carrying out a plan. And with the Knight of Coins, which is the last card, the Divine Masculine is also being really patient with himself. In the past, he used to chastise himself when it came to not knowing everything, But I feel it's the Divine Masculine is this understanding that he cannot exactly tear himself down for not knowing everything. He's just doing the best he can. And I feel as Divine Masculine shows himself that inner compassion, he starts to see that the Divine is leading him. And even though he feels out of his element, he's going to trust that the Divine's going to steer him where he needs to be. And that's what I get for Divine Masculine. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I post updates about twin flames often. If you want to book a personal with me, my information is in the description box below. I will see you another time. Namaste.